Good morning. Welcome to Partial Credit Show and Tell. Show because it's our faces on YouTube. Tell because we're telling you stuff. I don't know what I'm telling you. How are you, Lily? Good morning.
I'm oof, trying to come
It's
off like a week of just like OSHA training, and I got my second COVID shot, and
nice.
now I went into like immediately went into like OSHA 10 training. So it was 2 days of just staring at a computer, telling them me just staring, being like, yes, I know not to drop stuff from the sky. Like, but they say these things because they've happened. Like,
Yep. Speaking of things dropping from the sky, did you get much snow?
oh, um, I'd say we got probably 2 inches cumulatively. Like, I know you got, how much snow did you get,
Somewhere
Lucas?
between 10 inches and a foot. Uh,
Yeah,
we
that's
were watching
insane.
an apple tree hit my house. Like actually right where I'm sitting, right outside, the like just the tips of the branch kind of dragged down the house, but we heard this like thump and we thought it was just snow sliding off the roof. And then I like went into the bathroom and you can see the apple trees right outside the
Yeah.
bathroom window. And I was like, oh, fuck. And Megan comes running. I'm like, I thought the whole tree fell down because I couldn't see.
Yeah,
And then we're
because you could
outside.
only see a part of it,
Yeah, because
probably.
it was
Oh
like
my
up against the
gosh.
house.
Well, this
The
was like wet, dense, gross snow. Like
really
it was
gross.
like
But
it's
yeah.
thick and heavy. I
Yeah,
lost power. Did you lose power?
no, only for a minute in the morning.
Oh, I lost it for hours.
I really expected it to be gone,
Yeah.
especially considering how remote we are. But
Yeah, that's,
um,
I mean, I feel like I'm less remote than you because I actually have neighbor, like I can see my neighbor.
you could see your neighbor. Nope.
Um, but yeah, we lost power for a while. Quite a bit of people actually lost power because I saw the power company like driving up and
Yep.
down the streets. But it's really fun when you have to take your dog out at 4 in the morning and you don't realize that you've lost power and you don't grab your phone because you can turn on lights
Right.
you normally, so you don't have to
So you have
grab your cell phone.
street lights and stuff there?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I haven't seen well, I guess I see a couple on my way to work, but yeah, street lights. So weird.
Yeah, no. So like I didn't realize the power was out until I ran into the cedar chest and I was like, motherfucker, sorry dad, but you know exactly what I've done and you have done it yourself as well. And I have a nice bruise on my leg. So I'm like, wait, what? Why is nothing working? And like, it's 4 in the morning and I'm trying to just take my dog out. And then I'm like, it's fucking snowing. So I'm all angry about the snow. And because,
Yeah, I didn't go to work. I'm really disoriented on like what day of the week it is because
oh,
it's like
same.
it
My whole
was
week
I
has,
I probably could have easily gotten down from work, but coming home would have probably been a pretty major issue for me, and I was kind of like, fuck it,
it
whatever.
didn't stop snowing for you for a while, huh?
No, not until like late yesterday afternoon. And when
Yeah.
I measured just what was on the picnic table, it was like 10.5 inches. And then it just kept snowing. I was like, oh, well, whatever. Um, in New Mexico legalized weed. Did you see that?
Nice.
We're up to like 15
Yeah.
or 16 states. I was reading an article this morning about how Biden is not changing his position on it. And like, as far as like federal and everything,
Yeah.
he is like super anti-weed.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then,
not, I'm not surprised by that.
well,
Like,
he wrote a lot of the laws in the 80s that,
exactly. That's why I'm not surprised that he's like
that super criminalized things like that and
he's
packed the
an
prison
old
systems.
Democrat. He's an
Yeah.
old Democrat.
Yeah, which is to say a Republican.
Basically.
Not to oversimplify it,
No.
but it's going to be
Um
interesting. The leftists are coming, and I think that's why
yeah.
Schumer is try to push it through like anything to show that he's
He's cool.
progressive.
I'm cool. I'm
Yeah.
progressive.
Yeah.
Let's
How old is
legalize.
Chuck Schumer?
Yeah.
But yeah, so more state. I think it's like 15 states now where it's legal.
Yeah, you
Pretty
sent me
cool.
that the
The graph.
map.
Yep.
Yeah, which was actually pretty pretty cool to look at.
It was poorly made
Um,
though. It was all just shades of green.
I know.
Like
I was like, can
it
we
was a little
okay.
confusing.
This
I
is the
expect more from
problem.
Vox.
This is the problem I have with graphs sometimes is when you don't use multiple colors.
Right.
When you use the same color with different tones, it drives me up the wall. What if you're colorblind? It
Yeah,
literally looks
greens are a
like
thing,
one.
isn't it?
Yeah, so like green is a huge, like, people can't see green.
Yeah. Somebody
And
can't see
so
my hat right now.
yeah, well, I can't see it because there's a major glare, but that's a whole different.
My high-tech studio.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um but it's just like graphs.
yeah,
I
do it right.
when I okay, so when I talk to my dad about when we do graphs, I always appreciate it because he uses multiple colors. He
Right.
doesn't just like use one color in different gradients, but
Yeah, that
I
was a poor
digress.
graph.
It was a poor graph.
Yep. Shit. So yeah, that's kind of the major news story. I'm having trouble wrapping my head around so many more shootings.
Oh,
Um, but
I think my friend last night told me that there's been 45 mass shootings in a month, in like
Jesus
the last
Christ.
month. Yeah.
Fucking
And or
hell.
just shootings in general. I don't know,
Yeah,
like he just said that and I believed it because
it seems
it seems
plausible.
accurate. It
Yeah.
seems plausible. And then we were talking about the guy who shot up the UPS facility.
FedEx.
FedEx, sorry. Oh god, there's so many of them, sorry. Um
He was previously investigated for planning suicide by cop.
yes. So, I was
Red
I made
flag.
a very bad joke saying, "Oh, he must have mistaken his gun with his taser, you know, like
Right.
they're interchangeable."
Yeah.
He didn't realize he didn't pick up his taser in the morning.
She got arrested.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, which is.
Something.
And then there was another article you sent me which cheese and crackers.
Uh,
Cheese and crackers this morning. Oh
so
god.
speaking of shitty cops, the officer that shot Breonna Taylor
Yeah.
has been trying to publish a book,
Yeah, I
and
saw.
Simon and Schuster's refusing to take it. But who knows? What's his name? Lindell, the My Pillow guy. He might do it
Yeah.
because he's starting his own Amazon now and his own social media platform, which is all about free speech, but they won't allow you to take the Lord's name in vain, or
Then it's not free speech.
no, it's not.
It's
It's our
not.
speech. You.
It's your views speech.
Yep.
You know, like whatever you think is okay, that is
That's
allowed on your page.
right.
But don't be telling me it's free
No,
speech.
it's not free speech.
Yeah, it's
Do you?
to be completely honest, it's the world going back to normal. It's the United States going back to normal
Yeah.
because they're rolling out more vaccines and people are getting back into normal, which is really sad that this is our normal. This is our normal.
Yep. Yep. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. I didn't have any side effects on the
Good.
vaccine.
Good. You were a little
I
sore,
felt
right?
great. Like a tetanus shot or a flu shot. You just
Yeah.
feel the arm being sore. But I think I got chills, but that's just because I'm a cold person. So it could have just been me normally being cold.
Right. Both Megan and
Um,
I are going on Tuesday. Separate
nice.
locations, but she got one a little bit closer, and on the same day as me, even though she signed up a week later. But whatever. So we should be good to go in a month. So I'm excited
Yeah,
about that.
I'm excited, and
Which
maybe it will
definitely
actually be warm.
puts us on track to do our in-person first episode in person
Being our
together,
last episode.
which will be our last episode for the season.
Yes.
You want to roll through some of our segments here? We have a notes from Megan.
Yep.
We have what we learned this week,
Yep.
and our number one fan, best fan ever, which is really just me kissing up to somebody.
Yeah.
So,
Kiss away.
so what do you want to do first?
Let's do notes with Megan.
Notes from Megan.
I
So
saw the email. I was like, yay! I got so excited. I
just
think I was with people and I was like, notes from Megan. And they're like, what the hell are you saying? And I'm like, don't worry about it.
don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
So Professor Berkeley made a mistake on our language episode. Uh,
Ruh-roh.
yeah, which is weird because I wouldn't have expected Professor Berkeley to make a
I
mistake.
know.
He really is a solid
Solid
individual.
dude. Yeah.
Best part of the episode too, I think. Don't you agree,
Oh
Lily?
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
So
definitely my
in our
favorite part.
language episode, Professor Berkeley apparently, according to Megan, was thinking of the Waldorf schools, not Montessori, as far as not having grades. She's
Gotcha.
so Professor Berkeley fucked up. Sorry, Gary. Um, so um, but yeah, Professor Berkeley says hi, Lily.
Hello, Professor Berkeley. That photo, the photo.
I don't regret that at all.
I don't regret you giving me that. I am
So
that photo makes me happy. Like anytime I see that someone's liked it on our social media, I'm like,
that night in
that's right.
college, that was in college, that was during an internship at a hotel, and we would make, it was the 90s, and we would make like giant storage totes full of jungle juice, which was just cheap vodka.
Oh God,
And,
jungle juice.
and that's, I'm holding a Nalgene container just full to the brim of vodka and sugar, basically. Um, and
Oh,
what
okay.
there's a
How
dollar
did you
bills.
make your jungle juice after your dollar bill sticking in your pants? I
Yep,
saw that.
wearing a bow tie.
Every time I look at this photo, I find more.
And like the woman behind me, her name is Kate. She's an old friend. She's just now she's a mom and this like really stand-up individual member of society.
There is writing on the saying for you. What
Oh,
else?
you're looking at it right now.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, I had to like pull it out because oh gosh. The Century 21 sign.
Yep. I stole that right after there was a bell in town that you could like reach if you climbed up a little bit. And
Yeah.
it was the middle of the night and I was swinging from that rope after we had gone swimming in the river. Um, it was a fun night.
So I in fact stole a traffic cone when I was drunk just recently.
Oh, recently.
Yeah. My mom wants two more.
Why? What is it about the traffic cones and stuff? Because there's always that everybody has that
It's
one friend
reflective.
that's a thief,
Yeah.
right? It's like they just steal stuff. But it's
Okay.
it's bright orange. It's middle of the night. You're drunk, and you're like, I'm gonna take this orange thing.
So to be fair, there was no purpose for it. Like it was just sitting next to like nothing. It was like turned over. And, like there was no purpose for it. And I was like, you know what? I need a cone.
For what?
It's at the end of our driveway right now. Like
You just
there's
wanted
a
to
dip.
steal something. You just
Probably.
wanted to
I was like,
steal
this is my
something.
cone now. And it's really funny because one of my friends, she stole reflectors.
Okay.
Like, the little round reflector.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. She stole them on Halloween. She was like, these are just so blue. I need the blue ones. And she stole two of them. And her husband made her return them. Now, the problem with my cone, I don't know exactly where along my journey I picked up the cone, so I can't return the cone. So, and there's no markings on the cone. Like it's literally a cone you can buy at a hardware store.
Right.
And
All right, moving on to
yeah,
what we
let's
learned this week. I learned a cool
week.
one. I learned a cool one.
Okay.
I learned that Beverly Hills, California is named after Beverly Farms, Massachusetts, which is named after the town
Oh.
of Beverly in Yorkshire, England, which comes from the name Beaverlack in the 10th century, meaning Beaver Lake, because of all the beavers in the nearby river. So that's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but beavers
Yeah.
and Beverly Hills. I just thought that was cool. It was like one thing named after the other after the other. So Beaver River in England to Beverly Hills in California. So I thought that
Hmm.
was interesting and neat. And I'm now realizing it's not really a conversation starter. So you should just go ahead.
I don't know how
There's,
to follow that. I'm
yeah,
like,
I should have
that's
found some
pretty
other
cool.
correlation. Uh,
Um, I mean, I was just in OSHA 10 certification,
yep.
and it was the construction certification. So this means that my union was teaching us about the construction side of OSHA 10, because there are multiple aspects of OSHA 10, whereas there's like the entertainment industry and construction.
Okay.
And OSHA does not cover homeowners.
Okay.
OSHA is strictly an employer-employee thing. So if you are a part company, you are under the umbrella of OSHA. So like, say you work at a hardware store and this hardware store is not complying to OSHA standards, you can call OSHA, even like it, even if you're not unionized.
Okay.
So if
We've
someone per se was like not following OSHA guidelines regarding like safety, like fire exits, or really
scaffolding or
training or
whatever.
scaffolding,
Okay.
or storing things above a certain height and not letting them, if they're improperly stored, OSHA can be called and they can be fined.
Megan did that to somebody when we lived in California. I don't remember specifically. It might be in notes from Megan next week.
Oh
But
yeah.
this house was being worked on behind us, and they were doing something. I remember oh God, I just remember looking out the back door and being like, somebody's going to die. And Megan
Yeah.
like called OSHA, and they were out there like that day making them
So
correct it.
yeah, so that's the thing with like OSHA has like levels that they'll come out to, and if someone is about to die, they are out there. But like
Hmm.
if it's like a non-emergency classification, they're not gonna, they might not even come out. Like they might not send someone, they might just be like, correct this or we will send someone.
Right.
And
Yeah.
if someone else reports it, then we are going to have to come out.
Yep.
So, and you can get fined quite a lot from
I would imagine
OSHA.
so. Yeah.
And it doesn't even go to them. So like it goes to the federal government. Like
Oh.
OSHA doesn't really, OSHA gets money from trainings like what I took.
Okay. I was just going to ask where the money
Yeah.
circle was. Got
Um,
it.
yeah.
Well, I just learned
So
something.
yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
You're
Do you want to
welcome.
do number one fan, best fan ever of the week?
I would love to do number one
S-
best fan ever.
So this is the first time. This is somebody we don't know personally. One of us always seems to
Uh,
know one of the people,
the
right?
people, yeah.
So over on Twitter, where I've been pretty active and I've gotten to know a lot of other independent podcasters, and kind of we go back and forth, and
Yeah.
we talk about stupid podcasting stuff. But there's this one individual who's writing reviews about independent podcasts, and he's really trying to like push independent podcasts and make them well known, or not even well known, just show that he likes them.
Yeah.
And we have a review being written by this person in the early part of this week, I think. So anyway, number one fan, best fan ever is his Twitter handle
At
is at
podcast
podcast
father.
underscore father. So that's him. I guess I did that drawing.
I'm really looking forward to what he says.
Yeah.
Do not lick that. Thank
We
you.
chatted a little bit yesterday. I didn't ask though. I figured I'd just wait.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Just
It seemed like people were literally harassing him. He's doing us and like
oh,
24 other shows or something over the course of this week, and I was like, I'm
that's a
just not going to
lot.
bother this guy.
Yeah.
You know. But it looks like a lot of people were like, "How long of the thing? And when are you doing it? And when's mine? And you better be nice." And blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, "All right, you know what? It's fine."
I think okay, that really shows like who you and I are really, because
Hi,
we're
Jessica.
like we're like, "Oh, so he's doing a review. Is it going to be good or bad?" I think we'll be fine with either. Like
Yeah.
I think we were just really excited that we were on a review sheet. We're like, look.
Yeah, somebody's listening to the show. That's
Yeah,
awesome. That's where I'm at. And Megan's excited for us, and
yeah,
I'm excited for us. I'm not nervous because I think we're having fun, and that comes through in our show every day.
exactly.
And if you're listening to it again and again and again, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome sauce. But yeah, at podcast_father on Twitter if you're a tweeting person, and we're on Twitter at Credit Pod,
Yes.
at Credit Pod. What's our credit score this week?
26.
26. That's a wildly fluctuating.
You know, we're trying to make a business here. We're not spending any money though, so
Yeah, my studio is a folding card table with a laptop on a cardboard box.
yeah,
So,
mine is a desk that was here when my parents bought the house and a Soji screen.
mm,
So,
I'm gonna
and
build a
that's an
desk.
improvement. That's an
Improvement?
improvement. An
Improvement?
improvement. It's an
Improvement.
improvement.
I'm gonna build a desk soon. I'm gonna get
Oh.
a door slab, like with
Oh
no
yeah.
hole or anything in it, right? And then just make legs out of iron pipe.
You
And
know, it's probably cheaper than lumber too.
it's way cheaper. It's like a $60 project. So,
Yeah, oh god, lumber prices right now.
yep, it's
Oh, that's
absurd.
insane. So I noticed that like places like New Zealand, because I follow this carpenter from New Zealand. His name is Scott Brown. He's amazing and sexy. But anyways, uh, that's beside the point. He's also a good carpenter.
Okay.
And he does YouTube videos, and he showed a picture of the lumber yard in New Zealand, and they have no lumber either.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where the hell is all the lumber? Because when I was going to like get my second shot, I was passing all of these like Amish farms, and they had all of this lumber, and I'm like,
Because they're milling it themselves.
they're milling it
There's
themselves, and
no
I'm like, this is
process.
genius.
Yep. Yeah, talking to a buddy a couple of weeks ago, and he was like, "Do you think it'd be worth it for me to just mill my own lumber? Would it like pay
Yes.
for itself?" And I was like, "Yes. Do
Yes.
not buy it from
At
a
this
store."
time, yes.
Yeah. So,
If you have the ability and the capability to mill your own lumber, do it.
yeah, he was like, "Do you think buying the equipment would be worth it?" And I was like,
Yes.
"Yes," because at the very least, you can charge people in the town or whatever, and produce stuff for the town.
Yeah, I mean, I
So,
don't think it's a bad idea.
nope. Um, well, let's wrap it up. Um, where are we on the internet? I'm at Sacred Play-Doh.
Yeah, I am Deadly Pineapple 13,
Dun, dun,
and
dun.
Partial Credit is on Facebook. Partial Credit Pod, Instagram at Partial Credit Pod, and as you heard earlier, Twitter is at Credit Pod
With a very bad score.
with a very bad score this week.
But we'll be sharing that review either way,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
We're
it
gonna,
will. Yes, we're gonna
I'll let you know when it's up, and we're
we'll
gonna
share
share
it.
that review with
Yeah.
that guy. Anyway, that's the show. No new episode this week. Just coming back in a week for another one of these.
Yeah.
Always awesome, Lily.